Do you ever feel ignored when you're with a friend and they're looking down at their phone at their social media all the time? Or have you ever found yourself comparing yourself to other people on your social media, or even feeling bad about yourself when you're comparing yourself to others and you find that you don't feel as you look as good as them, or you don't have all of the things that they have? Or do you even find yourself sometimes unable to function in social settings because you're just so used to looking through your phone on social media or looking at a computer screen? And when you're in those social settings, it can be a little uncomfortable. Well, I feel as if social media has become so prevalent this day and age that it's almost to the point of destroying our inner self-confidence and how we feel about ourselves and how we view others. I feel as if we really need to limit our social media use on a day-to-day basis. I want to touch on 4 points that I feel social media has on us today. One of those points is going to be how people do think that it can be beneficial, and what benefits can come from using social media. On the flip side of that, I want to touch on the benefits that we could receive from limiting our use of social media, such as our emotional and inner self-confidence that we could benefit from limiting our use, as well as human interaction and social skills that we can gain when we're not constantly behind a screen. I read on the South African Journal for Theory and Research that they list Facebook as having potential applications for teaching and learning. And an article written by Christina Sonero, she stated that Facebook and different social media can help businesses to find new customers and expand their audience, as well as have a better cost-effective way to put their product out and to put their name out for others to see. And they receive instant feedback when you're able to talk online about the way that they're teaching or product or placing themselves out there for others. So those are all good things that people find from social media at times. But there are also things that can come as a bad thing from using social media too much. We constantly compare ourselves as a society to people when they have more than us, or we think that they have better than us, and it can be a real dagger to our emotional and inner self-confidence. On bullyingstatistics.org, it says that cyberbullying can definitely lead to anxiety, depression, and even suicide. And we know that cyberbullying is such a prominent thing in our society today, and about half of young people are bullied, and 10 to 20% of young people experience it regularly. And that is just unacceptable. People don't deserve to be bullied through social media. They don't deserve to have their self-confidence lowered because of what they see others doing and what they're not doing, and comparing, and just that is just not healthy for our emotions and for how we just view ourselves and view others. Another thing, if we were to lower our social media use, our human interaction would increase, and we would have more practice with human interaction, and we would find that it's just much more beneficial to have that one-on-one in-person communication than behind a screen and not gaining any kind of skill. It just distracts you when you are with people. When you're on your phone and social media, you're not paying attention to the person in front of you, and you're not paying attention to what they can bring to the table, and then what you can bring to the table by having that human interaction. And it can be hurtful when you ignore those around you. It can be very hurtful when you're just on your social media and you're not paying attention to those around you. They can feel like you're not, you don't care about them, and you can get that feeling as well. I know I've been hurt by people not paying attention to what I'm trying to contribute sometimes when they're just on their phone or on their computer, and that's just not how our human interaction should be, and that's not how our social skills should be whatsoever as well. On the topic of social skills, kids are unable to interact with one another at some points because they're just so used to doing it online or through their phones that it's just not a natural thing anymore for kids to use their social skills that they, would hopefully be learning in person, but instead it's commenting on each other's things or instant messaging or chatting, and it's just it doesn't help build social skills whatsoever. So I would just like to ask, what do you think it would look like if we cut down on social media use, or what do you think would happen if we were to be more person to person instead of through a computer screen? How would you think we would benefit as a society from that?